What's the best way to enjoy a healthy diet? We know that food fuels our mind, our emotional health, and our physical health. And the Mediterranean diet is the gold standard. But how do we actually do it? I'm introducing you to my new 5 a day. 5 food groups to help bolster your health. Whole grains, legumes, nuts and seeds, omega-3 rich foods, and fresh fruits. And with the help of Catherine Bruton, an amazing recipe creator, we're going to make the science into delicious, simple recipes you can make at home. Today, we're going to start with the berry breakfast bowl. Let's get cooking. So today we're making the berry breakfast bowl, and Catherine's going to join me and tell me how to make it delicious and the quantities, and if you're going to batch cook it, how to store it well. So Catherine, can you tell us a bit more about the ingredients we've got today?
I love this breakfast. It's really easy to make. Once you have all the ingredients, you have a ready-made breakfast ready to go. The ingredients are easy. We've got yogurt, oats, chia seeds, frozen berries, have them in the freezer ready to go whenever you need them, nuts, nut butter, some lovely seasonal fruit, whatever season it is, and some sprinkles for on top.
What's amazing about this recipe is it covers our new 5 a day. We have whole grains in the oats. We've got chia seeds, which are obviously seeds, but they're also high in omega-3 ALAs. We've got fermented dairy, fruits, 2 types of different fruits, the frozen berries and the seasonal, and we have the nuts and seeds. So this really is the perfect breakfast. I'm so excited. I have this all the time. This is literally on repeat in my household, so super excited to make an elevated version with you today.
And mine. And we've made it really simple. There's no weighing scales needed. We've done everything in tablespoon measures, so it's just as simple as having some tablespoons ready to assemble everything. So we're going to start off with some oats. Just 1 tablespoon is all you need, in it goes. And then we have 6 tablespoons of really delicious Greek yogurt. In that goes.
And I use the jumbo rolled oats, but if you want, you can use the steel cut, or you can also use the normal porridge oats.
Exactly. And then 2 teaspoons of chia seeds.
And 2 teaspoons of chia seeds actually deliver all the recommended omega-3 ALAs for the day.
And kefir.
Yeah.
Your homemade kefir.
This is my homemade one. You can use shop bought, obviously.
That's going to do, we'll put in 2 tablespoons, maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
If you've got a really thick yogurt, use maybe 3 tablespoons. If the yogurt is a bit thinner, just 2 is fine. And we're going to mix that all very, very gently. And then to that, you're going to add your frozen berries. You can have them frozen or you can defrost them first. In they go.
I love frozen berries.
I love frozen berries. And it's now going to turn a beautiful pink, gorgeous, delicious
all the
colour.
polyphenols in the berries that just give it the colour, the flavour and the health benefits.
Exactly. To that, you can add your nuts. You can have 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons. I think it's kind of up to however much you like. That goes in, and at this point, you can put that in the fridge. You can batch cook this to that point. So that can go in the fridge, you can make it, you can double or triple the recipe, and it will last for 2 or 3 days, so you can just take it out and it's a ready-made breakfast ready to go. But that's not all. There's more.
We're not finished.
So that's your base, and then we're gonna garnish with some nice little bits and bobs. We've got some nut butter. So we're just gonna have a lovely drizzle of nut butter on top.
What's amazing about this as well, it's so rich in fibre. So by adding all these elements, and the new 5 a day hinges on increasing our fibre intake, 96% of us don't reach the minimum recommended daily amount of fibre, and this breakfast just packs in the fibre. If you make it like this, with the garnishes, you're nearing 20 grams of fibre just in this breakfast.
And it's so easy to do. There's no reason not to do it. Okay, so then we're gonna get whatever season you're in, we're gonna use some seasonal fruit. We've got some finely chopped apples that we're gonna sprinkle on top. Delicious, lovely crunch. And then we have some ZOE Daily 30.
Yes.
We're going to sprinkle that on top. It just gets better and better. There's layers and layers and layers to this breakfast.
So much flavour, and another 5 grams of fibre right there.
Another 5 grams. So that goes in there. And that's your breakfast.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm actually quite hungry.
I have a little added addition that I put on, which is a little bit quirky and a little bit different, but I think it's really delicious. And that is a tiny little sprinkle of olive oil.
I absolutely love it. Not controversial in this case, in this house.
We're going to just drizzle a tiny little bit of olive oil all over the top. And that is your very delicious, very easy to make breakfast ready to go.
Absolutely amazing. Ready in under 15 minutes? Definitely. Well, I mean like 5. And batch cookable, so.
Perfect.
Amazing. So why is it so important to have a nourishing breakfast? The link between having a really good nourishing breakfast, the health of our GI tract, and satiety, so how full we feel throughout the day, is really strong. It doesn't matter so much exactly what time you have breakfast. That can be highly personalized, but trying to pack as much fiber and nutrient-dense foods into your breakfast is a really good way to set you up for the day. So in this breakfast, we have so many great elements. We've got fiber, we've got good quality protein from fermented dairy, we have nuts and seeds, we've got fruit. This is the kind of breakfast that will just tell your body that you are really well set up for the day. Why? First of all, when you eat this breakfast, you will start to break down some of the sugars in your mouth. Enzymes start to break that down so you can absorb the energy quickly and start to power yourself up for the day. Then as it travels down your GI tract to your stomach, because it's such a filling and nourishing bowl, your stomach will perceive that there's food arriving and the stretch receptors will be activated. This is actually the first part of satiety signaling. Your stretch receptors in your stomach essentially tell your brain that we have an abundance of food coming. This is why high volume, high nutrient density foods are so good for healthy weight management. Then as we continue down the GI tract, we get to the small intestine. The small intestine is where most of the nutrients are absorbed, including proteins and fats. And here we have a variety of plant proteins, animal proteins, and healthy fats from plants and animal. So these will all be broken down by enzymes that have been released and absorbed into the liver to be processed and used in the rest of the body. As we continue down the GI tract, we finally get to the large intestine or the colon. This is where your gut microbiome lives, the trillions of bacteria, viruses, protozoa, and fungi that break down the fiber, the polyphenols, and the other nutrients that have not yet been absorbed. And with that breakdown, they make other chemicals for your body. It's astounding. It's like a mini pharmacy in your gut that takes some of this food and turns it into helpful chemicals for the rest of your body, from neurotransmitters to hormones, including, you guessed it, satiety signaling hormones like GLP-1 and PYY. These are really powerful peptides that travel from the gut all the way up to your brain to tell your body that you're still getting lots of nutrients from this food. So your stomach has stretch receptors that tell your brain that you've got some good food coming. Then your small intestine, when it absorbs the proteins and fats, sends another signal to the brain to say that we've got a good amount of protein and fat and that we can reduce hunger. And then the final third step of satiety signaling is actually in your gut. So when you eat a breakfast like this, you're activating all three of the satiety signals that happen at different times. This kind of breakfast will help you feel full and energized until lunchtime. I'm Dr. Federica Amati, medical scientist, head nutritionist at ZOE, and best-selling author. I'm also one of the creators of Daily 30, ZOE's gut health supplement. I teach nutrition to healthcare professionals, as well as advising policymakers on how to improve public health. I also work with a clinical medical team to help people achieve their health goals. Subscribe for easy ways to improve your health, simple, delicious recipes, and evidence-based information. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok for regular updates and quick health wins. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this useful. I can't wait to see you next time.